Blue Jay fans, as Jose Bautista, after signing a one-day contract with the Blue Jays on Friday, had his number 19, his infamous number 19, added to the Blue Jays Ring of Honor. Bautista can be basically said as a savior of the Blue Jay franchise. Until he arrived, there was no hope of us really being a World Series contender, even a playoff contender consistently. But that 2015 and 16 season benefited as well from Encarnacion, Donaldson, Tulowitzki, all the great young players we had, all the great players we got via trade and different acquisitions. And of course, the infamous seventh inning is probably the greatest inning in Major League Baseball history, where he won the fifth and deciding game against the Rangers, basically on the backs of Bautista's bat flip three-run homer against a former Blue Jay pitcher. By God, ladies and gentlemen, what a moment that was in Canadian history, comparable to 72, comparable to 77, Lemaire scoring or overtime, a Canadian moment that everybody remember, because either watching it or at Skydome, you could still see the monitors and the cameras rocking with the noise from the crowd. Now, what did Bautista do before he arrived in Toronto via a player by be named later, trade from Pittsburgh? Well, there was a lot of talent there, but there wasn't much going on. But under Dwayne Murphy, a very underrated player with the A's for a number of years, he kind of changed his stance, and under the tutelage of Cito Gaston and John Gibbons, he eventually built the team around him. Now, Donaldson did well in Encarnacion, but Bautista was the heart of the Blue Jays, what I call the 1990s, the 2010s dynasty, and that's what it was. To make the playoffs 2 straight years in their tough AL East division, they were a dynasty team. They overcome a lot of rough odds, some really tough games. But beating the Rangers in the way they did, that long inning where we made that mistake with Martin throwing the ball back and hitting the bat of the Texas player, them going ahead. But Toronto basically coming all the way back, and the bat flip, ladies and gentlemen. Whether Harold Reynolds or MLB Network likes it or not, it is the greatest home run of all time from a Canadian perspective. The stage can have whatever home run you want, but Reggie Jackson in 77 was comparable. But for Canadians, everybody knows where they were, and that game drew millions and millions of fans. Now, what does Jose Bautista mean to Canada, Toronto, and baseball as a whole in Canada? Well, I'll give an example. I want you to do this if you have time. Go in any place in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Quebec, Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, the Northwest Territories. Go to a mall or a convenience store or a grocery store on the weekend. You would see women wearing Blue Jays gear, kids wearing Blue Jays gear, older kids wearing Blue Jay gear. That team was for everybody. That 2015-16 team meant a lot to us. They didn't have to win the World Series that year, but just getting back and winning a playoff series. From 1993 to 2015, we were in the wilderness. We had, yes, good teams, and we had, top players, but nothing to get to the level. Anyway, they build the team around Bautista because Bautista was taking the battles against other teams for himself. He was heckled by certain teams. He was looked down upon by the media, especially Harold Reynolds and MLB Network and some of the ESPN commentators saying, he must be on steroids, he must be this, must be that. Bautista, anybody from the DR, is playing baseball as a passion. So he brought that passion to Canada. See, Canada looks at the Blue Jays as a multicultural team because you have the best aspects of the States, the Caribbean, the black athlete, the Aboriginal athlete, different people across Canada and the States. It's our team. And when Bautista hit that big home run with the bat flip, it's been on baseball cards, cereal boxes, paintings, photos. Any moment that describes Canada for sports, 72 with Paul Henderson and Bautista. Yes, it was great when Joe Carter hit the home run, but my God, when Bautista hit that home run, it's like Steve Young, the monkey was taken off her back. So Jose Bautista, congratulations on a Ring of Honor. If you like what you're doing here with our Blue Jay podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Go Jays, go. Bye.